There's also posthumous stands like Notorious B.I.G.
All right. What's up, everybody? It is True Sage, and yes, it is pronounced True Sage. Every JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stand explained. I get into robot. Now, you guys know, also new to JoJo's. I'm reacting to some JoJo's content throughout the year, but I really don't understand the full depth of JoJo's. JoJo's is such a weird fucking anime. Pretty excited to learn about all the stands. I definitely want to know about Giorno's stand and how does that work. Anyways, though, I ain't going to waste no more guys' time. Be sure to subscribe button. After of that, we can get straight into the video.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The first thing people think of
now, why this motherfucker made his avatar so handsome? My bad.
To be opposing, and in a distant second comes stands, psychic extensions of JoJo's characters fighting spirit. Stands
okay, I knew that part.
A variety of forms, powers, and styles. They can stop time, create life, or be a cell phone tower. Stands are weird, man.
What? He didn't say be a cell phone tower. See, listen, bro. I probably said this before. Whoever made JoJo's have to be high. Like, I feel like you have to be high to be able to understand what the fuck been going on in this anime, bro.
I'll be referencing stands from all of the seasons of anime, so if you're not caught up with part 5, you may encounter some spoilers. To keep it simple, stands are visible manifestations of individual life force caused by an alien meteor virus. Okay, yeah, that's a lot up front. So let's start things easy.
Please.
History. So it all began 50,000 years ago when an alien meteor crash landed in Greenland, as they do. Some say it intentionally landed on Earth, drawn by the strength of human will. Maybe it's just an aimless piece of space junk. Either way,
that sounds like a more realistic answer.
Deadly alien virus. Around the Middle Ages, a man craving absolute power like that of the gods gathered some of the meteor fragments and carved arrows from them. He had a lot of time on his hands. These arrows carried the virus, and almost everyone who came in contact with it died. For the few who survived, the virus unlocked a latent supernatural ability, a stand. In 1986, an archaeological research team in Egypt unearthed these ancient arrows. Unfortunately, Diablo was a member of that team. We have no idea what Diablo was doing on an archaeological dig, and if we did, we'd probably be dead. I'm not trying to mess with the
I'm catching.
All right. We do know he stole the 6 arrows found, kept one, and sold the rest to Enya the Hag. Why is it in her name that she's the Hag? Like,
so okay, I think I kind of get the gist. So what? It's basically just an arrow. You stab yourself. It's kind of a 50-50 chance you can die. Half of the chance you can die. Other half of the chance you get a stand. That's pretty interesting. But what did they ever expand on? What planet did these aliens come from?
All over the world. Of the 6 known arrows, only one has a beetle symbol. The Requiem arrow. Requiem. I never know how to say that right.
Requiem.
It's Requiem. If a stand is pierced by this arrow, they'll evolve into their Requiem form for as long as the arrow remains part of them.
What the fuck is a Requiem form?
Some people get hold of arrows like Diablo and Pulpo, or the Nijimura brothers, intentionally use them to unlock as many stand users as possible. Never mind that anyone struck with one who can't handle it will die horribly.
Oh. Well, I said that. I figured, yeah. So it's like a 50-50 chance. So everyone who has a stand got lucky and survived. Okay.
On their own, they'll still have a chance if they get healed before they bite it. That's how Koichi got his stand, Echoes, which was just like an egg, which had to be like hella disappointing. Josuke is like a big buff dude that like heals things and reverses like critical illness, and then this one's just like lunch.
Wait, so his stand is an egg? So his stand, so his latent ability is that he's a chicken? Okay.
Arrows work on any living creature, including cats, rats, apes, and aliens. They even seem slightly self-aware and seek out worthy users. The stand arrows can be used many times, though some, like the one that created Killer Queen, get absorbed in the process. Arrows can be broken, but if the symbol card on them remains intact, they can still awaken stands.
Okay.
I know none of this, actually. This is actually really interesting. Stands can even pass down through bloodlines. None of the Joestar family were directly hit by arrows, but when Dio used one on the body he stole from Jonathan Joestar, the entire then living family stands were unlocked.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought that all the Joestars individually took a, and I think I did know about Dio taking his body. Okay, so it's genetically okay. Well, that got to be kind of lucky to get it genetically, right? Because you didn't have to play the 50-50 game. But
were strong enough to gain their stands, but Josuke and Holly Kujo both fell ill. Of course, once Josuke recovered, he earned himself Crazy Diamond, or Shining Diamond if you don't want to be sued. But getting a stand isn't always a life or death gamble with the stand arrow. Jean-Pierre Polnareff, Muhammad Abdal, Noriaki Kakuin, and little Shizuka Joestar, no relation, were all born with stands.
Why that baby invisible? Get into the weird shit.
And perfectionist chef Tonio Trussardi brought out his cooking-based stand Pearl Jam later in life through sheer passion for his craft. As iconic as they are, stands didn't even show up in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure until part 3. The first 2 parts
What? Hold on, see, I was gonna watch JoJo's. I might as well skip the first 2 parts then.
Just a classic story about vampirism, pillarmen, and the ancient art of Hamon, aka ripple. Actually, the original kanji for stands, stando, literally means ghostly ripple, probably named after the same ripple energy. On the other hand, Joseph Joestar said stands are called stands because they literally stand next to their user. Not the most creative, but I
mean, I guess.
Early Stardust Crusader stands were named after the Rider Waite Smith Tarot Deck's major arcana cards. You know, Star, Platinum, Hermit, Purple, you get it? After that, Araki switched to the Egyptian gods like Horus, Osiris, and Anubis. But then Araki really hit his stride when he started naming stands after bands, albums, songs, and musicians. I mean, JoJo's was already a playground of pop culture references. Shouts to my boy, Mr. Robert E.O. Speedwagon. Best name in Destro. Shout out to America.
Is that motherfucker's actual name?
Naming stands like this was just the logical step forward. Unfortunately, due to copyright issues outside of Japan, some of the original names had to be changed when they hit the West, in the subtitles at least. Steely Dan became Dan of Steel, which sounds questionable. Bad Company
that sounds questionable.
became Worst Company, which was a worse name. Spice Girl transformed into Spicy Lady, which
they had a stand called Spice Girls. Oh, that's pretty cool.
And the Grateful Dead became the Thankful Death. Because they're manifestations of their user's psyche, most stands don't have much of a personality of their own. If a stand has a mouth, users can talk and react through them. Take Katoshi's Red Hot Chili Pepper, for example. There's also Fugami's Highway Star and Manish Boy's Death 13. Most stands are invisible to non-stand users. The few stands average people can see are bound stands like Toph, a bizarrely drawn comic book that predicts the future, or Wheel of Fortune, a souped-up war car. Non-stand users can also see the effects stands leave behind, like this handsome arresting rock formation, or like these guys whose bodies just start falling apart. Though stands can affect the physical world, they can only take damage from other stands. So the only way to attack a stand is in stand-to-stand combat, or by attacking a stand's user. Because they're linked.
So can a stand attack someone who doesn't have a stand? So like if I had a stand and homeboy across the corner didn't have a stand, can I just swing on his ass or what?
Their user's life force. When a stand user is injured, their stand often suffers similar injuries, and vice versa. So it follows that stands can act independently to save their user. Like the time Star Platinum caught a bullet Jotaro shot at his own head. Then
that's pretty cool. Okay, so it's kind of like an automatic save. So they don't actually have to activate their stand for it to save them? Or maybe just some people stand.
There's some truly sentient stands like Spice Girl, who named herself and offers advice for her newbie user Trish, which is kind of weird if you think about it. Just like any relationship, it takes time for stand users to really get to know all of their stand's abilities. Koichi didn't discover Echo's 3 acts until it became absolutely necessary in the heat of battle. And talk about a close call, especially when your power is an egg. Kira only unlocked Killer
Still
Queen's
confused about that.
Dust after committing a particularly evil act, and Jotaro didn't discover Star Platinum's ability to stop time until his final fight with Dio.
I reacted to that, by the way.
Convenient, not gonna lie. Training and practice can also improve a stand's power. It's sort of like any kind of endurance training. When Jotaro practiced time stop, he got up to 5 seconds at his peak, and slipped down to half a second after years of neglect. Which you think, why would you stop practicing that? You can stop time. Why would in per user sort of situation? Though there are examples of users sharing a stand, like the 2 rats of Rat. That's with 2 T's.
The 2 rats
a couple
of
more
Rat?
notable examples that we can look forward to seeing in Stone Ocean
Steel
and Steel
Ball
Run.
Run.
There's also stands who swap users. Cheap Trick is a nasty little parasitic stand who attaches itself to a user's back and tries like hell to get another user to spot it there. If it's spotted, it drains the life of whoever it's currently attached to and jumps to its new host to repeat the cycle. Then there's the bound stand Anubis, which outlived its original master and can choose to possess anyone who unsheathes its sword. Once they do, Anubis can utterly literally control them. And if it possesses a stand user, Anubis also controls their stand. That's
okay. Well, that's kind of cool.
There's also the odd case of sub-stands, where stand has a component stand with it. The sub-stand's not quite a full stand on its own, meaning the user technically only has one stand. There's dynamic duos.
So
like
a baby stand. You got a premature stand. Stand's a minor.
Killer Queen and Bites the Dust. There's also Diablo combining King Crimson's Time Loop and Epitaph's predictive abilities. Technically, Epitaph belongs to Doppio,
What
but
the
since
fuck is
Doppio is
that?
the best boy of all time and a submissive facet to Diablo's personality, let's just say they both belong to Diablo. So we've seen a whole spectrum of wacky stands over the years, but for the most part, they all abide by a basic rule set.
All right, let's talk about the
Distance
abilities,
seems to
bro.
play a major role in defining how stands' abilities manifest. Close range stands have to remain near their users, because, you know, close range. They're usually fast, strong fighters, preferring direct
About to say, so Jojo stands a
and
close
moving
stand?
precisely with immediate user commands. Star Platinum, Sticky Fingers,
I
Silver
figured.
Chariot, Heaven's Door, and Gold Experience are all close range stands. As such, they're weak against stands that can stay out of reach or hidden. But because this is JoJo's, there is an exception to every rule. Cream is a close range stand with the ability to keep user Vanilla Ice hidden and out of reach.
Cream. Vanilla Ice. Cream. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. All right. Listen, bro. Like I said earlier, the person who made JoJo's definitely was high while making this shit. You gotta be high to understand. Listen. No flat react shit. I gotta be high to understand this shit. Hold on, y'all. All right. Okay. All right. I feel like I can comprehend them now. Let's get back to it.
The Vanilla Ice fight. Like, he just ate himself, and like, I don't know. Long range or remote controlled stands have far greater reach. In some cases, they're able to get miles away from their user. The drawback? These stands aren't a physical match for most close range stands. Reconnaissance type stands usually fall under this category, because this ability lends itself to sneak attacks and spying. However, their users are left vulnerable while a stand's away doing recon.
See, I'm sorry. See, hold on. I could have swore that y'all said the explanation was it stands for the physical presence of the user's will. I just want to know, what does some of this shit got to do with some of these folks, bro?
Lovers, Hierophant Green, Sex Pistols, Clash, and Aerosmith are
Sex
all
Pistols. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about, bro. Like,
examples. This stand may have range, but their powers might only work in close proximity. For example, Highway Star can chase a victim all over, but must actually touch them to drain energy.
like, bro, like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Don't follow a user's command, but
Oh my
act
God,
automatically through preset instructions. They're usually separated from their user completely. Such a stand could be harmed without transferring its damage to its user, but in turn, the user has no way of knowing the condition of their stand when it's away from them. Two subtypes include far distance autopilot stands, who are extremely resilient and don't lose power, but can only follow limited or simple instructions, like Black Sabbath single-mindedly stabbing everyone nearby with an arrow. There's also posthumous stands like Notorious B.I.G.
All right. You're not getting away with this shit. I'm not letting you get away with this shit, bro. You said that they were naming stands after bands. That's not a band. That is a whole nigga. I also have a stand called Tupac. I'll pay good money for a young boy stand. I'll pay so much money.
That mindlessly follow a single drive after their user's death. Other automatic stands include the Lock, Bites the Dust, and Tough. Range irrelevant stands are just what they sound like. The range of these stands has little to do with how they work. Integrated stands like Oasis, Mr. President, or Earth, Wind, and Fire are part of their user's body and can't have any range. While for time-stopping or dimension-altering stands like Man in the Mirror or The World, Zawado, and King Crimson, when they're not fighting, range doesn't matter. And finally, a very select category of stand evolved. Evolution sometimes happens naturally, the stand morphing as its user grows stronger. Each set of abilities unlocked becomes a new act, like Echo's Act 1, 2, and 3. Otherwise, an arrow can unlock a stand's potential. Killer Queen gained Bites the Dust after its user was struck for a second time. But if the stand is struck, it can evolve temporarily to Requiem form. So far, only Chariot and Gold Experience have evolved this way, with Chariot turning
So, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Turning into an automatic, totally visible stand whose horrifying abilities make it arguably the most dangerous stand in JoJo's history. Gold Experience Requiem, on the other hand, became sentient, independent, and could nullify time manipulation with its user knowing. Kind of a good thing these powers are only temporary, huh? Also,
okay, because I just want to know exactly, like, what is the fucking Jonas ability again?
Experience Requiem, on the other hand, became
like, what does it do?
Independent, and could nullify.
Well, because I actually never knew exactly what the fuck it did. Right? I had a general idea, but like, what does it actually do?
Time manipulation with its user knowing. Kind of a good thing these powers are only temporary, huh? Also, how the f does King Crimson work, yo? I'm still like,
You tell me.
It
Shit,
like
I'll watch it.
like, what does that mean? Can we talk about this? Stands come in a huge variety of shapes and sizes, but
Is that how it works? This is
can be
great.
loosely categorized under a few labels. First off, there's natural humanoid type stands. These stands are more common in earlier JoJo's runs, and they include human-looking Star Platinum, Empress, and Hangman. Armor-heavy Crazy Diamond. Earlier JoJo's runs, and they include human-looking Star Platinum, Empress, and Hangman.
What the fuck was that?
JoJo's runs, and they include human-looking Star Platinum, Empress.
I swear to God, that's based off a real nigga. I can think of like 5 people that like that. I'm so for real.
Hangman, Armor Heavy Crazy Diamond, Zawardo, Animal Leaning Anubis, Killer Queen, Magician's Red and Dark Blue Moon, and Red Hot Chili Pepper, a cross between hard-headed dino Pachycephalosaurus and a Kappa, a Japanese mythological turtle-like creature. The category also stretches enough to include King Crimson, despite being completely cloaked in Chariot Requiem, Gold Experience Requiem, but not Gold Experience, and all 6 of the Sex Pistols,
okay, so Golden
despite
Spirit
the fact they're
Requiem
supposed to be bullets made of metal. These stands come close to crossing over into the next category,
artificial humanoids.
The main difference between these and natural types is
look like
they're artificial.
yeah.
Though they have bipedal humanoid forms, these stands appear mechanical or artificial with plastic, wood, or metal skin, and robotic or doll-like parts. It's like the difference between an android or a mannequin versus a human. They've all
I mean, I kind of get it.
the same benefits
I know,
as a
I
natural
get
humanoid stand, though they tend to lack expressions and mouths. They include Silver Chariot, who even with its armor off remains metallic, Hierophant Green, Kraftwerk, Green Day, Cinderella, Atom, Judgment, Vinyl Moody Blues, Literal Wooden Mannequin Surface, Creepy Harlequin Death 13, Ebony Devil, and Carnival Clockwork Black Sabbath.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think out of all of the different kind of stands, this one like low-key may be my favorite because like I like the design of it, bro. Like the designs of these stands low-key go kind of crazy.
They include Silver Chariot, who even with its armor
like, all of these look really fucking cool.
off remains metallic, Hierophant Green.
This is probably like my favorite one. Yeah. What was it? Yeah. That's probably my
Kraftwerk, Green Day, Cinderella, Atom, Judgment, Vinyl Moody Blues, Literal Wooden Mannequin Surface, Creepy Harlequin Death 13, Ebony Devil, and Carnival Clockwork Black Sabbath. Natural non-humanoid. Stands that cover the full range of nature that doesn't resemble humanity, meaning these stands have little in common.
So the environment?
Some have claws, some are straight up weather. Hermit Purple, Stray Cat, a user stand hybrid, and Pearl Jam are plants, but Hermit Purple looks and acts like a vine, while Stray Cat and Pearl Jam are anthropomorphic. Harvest, Survivor, and Tower of Grey are smaller insect forms. Sun is a literal sun, while
okay, so this has to be like the most broken one, right? This has to be the most broken one, right? What the fuck?
Ebb, Horus, and Aqua Necklace are all water forms. Artificial, non-humanoid. Stands include a subcategory we've mentioned a couple times already. Bound or materialized stands. They're a subset visible to regular people as well as stand users, often mistaken for the real object they resemble. In addition to Toth and Wheel of Fortune, there's also electric outlet Bast.
What the? Hold on, wait a minute. So, a fucking electric outlet could be a stand? No.
Or materialized stands. They're a subset visible to regular people as well as stand users, often mistaken for the real object they resemble. In addition to Toth and Wheel of Fortune, there's also electric outlet.
No, dude. That's bro. Can you imagine trying to charge your phone at nighttime, like 2 a.m. after you just got a nice cold sip of water, and you try to charge your phone and you get hit by an enemy stand user? That's tough, bro. Oh my god.
Bast. The Lock, which, yeah, take a guess what that is. The giant freighter, both strength and electrical tower Superfly. A stand like Love Deluxe bound to its user's hair could also fall under this category. Phenomenon stands are kind of a catch-all category. It includes stands with appearances so weird that they can't be quantified, like Notorious B.I.G. or Talking Head. They're pure.
Can we talk more about Biggie? Can we talk more about the Biggie stand? What the fuck? Biggie? Is that Biggie? All right.
Talking Head. They're pure ability stands without physical appearance, like Coom, Earth, Wind, and Fire, or Octon Baby, which allows their user to alter their appearance. Sekko's Oasis appears as a full bodysuit and allows its user to liquefy the ground. There's also supernatural phenomena, like Tenor Sax's illusions luring people in, or Adam Hart allowing Yoshihiro to slip between photographs. There's a final category that can manifest in any of the forms we've described. colony stands. Power is split between multiple units. This makes individual parts weaker, but there's opportunity for swarm attacks. And there's the added
there's
bonus
a
that
bro,
things
there's a
remain
lot to take
safe
in at
as
one
long
time.
as one unit remains alive. Colonies include Bad Company's Squadron of Soldiers, Pearl Jam, Metallica's Iron Worms, and Harvest Bees. Were they bees? Were they bees that look like little stink bugs? I don't know. They were weird. Those were weird. It goes without saying that these categories are far from perfect. Take Heaven's Door, which was originally an ability manifesting as book pages, but then becoming a floating Monopoly man. Jojo.
Well, what does that have to do with? All right.
And congratulations, you've officially earned a master's degree in standology.
No, I
and I'm
don't.
glad
I
you're
don't.
totally
I don't
able
deserve
to
this
bestow
shit.
that degree.
No, I would have failed completely, bro. Somehow managed to answer a lot of my questions, but at the same time leave me with even more. Listen, there's so many different types of stands that I know for a slap fact I didn't catch them all. But the most broken stand gotta be whichever one just allows you to fucking use the sun as your stand. That's the most broken. What are you supposed to do against that? Okay, like the artificial humans, because it look kind of cool. It's probably got the coolest looking stands in the entire anime. However, let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite type of stand and why? Right down there, hit the subscribe button. And this helps people, it helps you too. Watch you see content similar to this one. You gotta do subscribe and appreciate it a lot. If you guys didn't, I guess you'll far away. Either way, I'm out here to keep it easy. I'm gone. Peace.